CETV presents Week 8 of America's favorite virtual sports entertainment program, ChaoRacing 2023. We're just about set to start the first race of Week 8's action. Good luck to you all. Let's have a Chao race! This is Ian Raustland, guest announcing for Paul Sycamore while on vacation. As always, we have 48 great superstars competing in the Chao races, and this one is the first one on the parcourse where they push the ball to the outside. Here they come, making way towards finish line, and it's Alex Markinson who got the win. Congratulations to Alex Markinson on the victory. That's just a sample of what's going on for ChaoRacing 2023 this week. And now the host of ChaoRacing 2023, Mr. Brandonshannings. Wow, I can't believe we have our first guest announcer for the 2023 season. Thanks, Ian, for filling in with Paul Sycamore this week. Anyway, welcome to Week 8 of ChaoRacing 2023. And we'd like to congratulate Alex Markinson for the victory on the parcourse. Great job, Ian, so far this week. Let's hope you keep it up with your strategy. We'll be back with race number 2 in a bit. Ian, tell us about our sponsor for this week. Week 8 of ChaoRacing 2023 is brought to you by T-Mobile. Well, this is a very unusual saying in the dialogue line, as Brandonshannings is ready to call all the action with the assistance of Ian Raustland guest announcing for vacationing Paul Sycamore. That's right, Brandon, but it promises to be exciting no matter what happens. Anyway, let's move on to race number 2, shall we? You bet, Ian, and tell us who we have next. We have Buster Java, Barry Winfred, Dick Steiner, and Ben Henderson on the Athens course. Here's a look at how the lineup forms. Good luck to the 4 competitors. Let's wait for the sound to start off this exciting race, which will cut any second now. And there it is. The race is underway for these next Group 4 superstars. On the Athens course, they can try to gamble for the wide path and take a shortcut, or play it safe over at the bridges. Whoever has the best standing will add a W to the win columns and move one step closer towards qualifying for the World Championship at the end of the season. Well, it looks like Dick Steiner is heading for the wide path, and so on a couple others to Chao. Barry Winfred will start the speed rush for this race and is trying to catch up with the crowd over at the bridges. Here comes Dick Steiner making his way to the other side of the water path, and now he has command of the lead. At number 2 takes speed rush number 2 of this race trying to catch up. Point number 7 is getting strapped in last place behind the competition. And here's Dick Steiner making his way towards finish line. Buster Java trying to make a comeback here. He's going to try to make a comeback with speed rush. Dick Steiner hold on for the win. Dick Steiner now has 5 and 3 in his win-loss brackets. You say, Ian, and we'll have more exciting action after this, so stay tuned. The fun is just getting started on this very unusual guest announcing day. Okay, Ian, tell us about race number 3. I sure will, Brandon. Race number 3 will have Stephen Robinson, Rusty Jackington, Corey Sanchester, and OJ Upton. His full name is OJ Upton, but we like to call it OJ for short. Anyway, the Sapphire course is where we go next, so this is for races 3, 7, and 11 this week. Let's have a Chao race and get this race underway. Here we go! Stephen Robinson will have command of the lead. The first portion is the stone wall, where they will use their power to climb up the stone wall. Then, once they make it past the waterfall, they will use their swimming ability. Those are the 2 key features here on the Sapphire course. At number 7, with the speed rush leading over the 4 Silver Child for second place. He's battling with Rusty Jackington for second place. Boy, these Silver Child really need to catch up, and here comes one of them. Number 8 takes speed rush number 2 as they climb up the stone wall. Looks like Steven's going to sleep, and I think so are the other competitors. Yep. Steve Robinson wakes up for his nap after a quick sleep. And now number 8 with back-to-back spears starting to gain momentum ahead of our leader Steven Robinson. Poor number 1 meanwhile is getting straight in last place trying to catch up with the other competitors. Who's going to get the next speeders? Number 1 will get it, and it's going to be down to the wire between Rusty, OJ, and Steven. Rusty has command lead, but how will his lead last as he enters the goal line? Steven's going to take it back to lead with speeders, and he wins it! With that last second speeders, Steven Robinson now has 2 wins for the season. That's right, what a speeders by Steven Robinson, and more time coming up to not go away. And now Ian takes us through race number 4. I sure will. Now here we have Shane Flettingham taking on Bruno Alonso, Austin Jarros, and Andy Braungrubber. So for race number 4, we'll be heading over to the Ruby course. This is a short course, that's what I say, but it should be fun. Let's send down to the field. Who's gonna win this Ruby course race? We're about to find out right now. The race is underway. So on the Ruby course, they just swim across the pool area, but it looks like Andy was a little bit sleepy, and he went to rest. Shane Flettingham is off to an excellent start as he swims across the pool area. Remember that we are playing for the best standing possible in each race, and it looks like Shane Flettingham is trying to hold on for the victory, and Shane Flettingham did win. Shane gets the victory, number 7 gets speeders, and the fan clubs on Shane are in a happy mood. That's right, and let's hope they keep it up next week, Ian. Back in a bit, do not go away. Ian, how's your guest announcer day going so far? It's going pretty good, but I hope I'll get better eventually. Let's see what happens for race number 5, shall we? You bet. It's Mitch Carmel, Raymond Hill, Donald Mennings, and Ethan Kingsley. So this is the second Polo Course race for week 8's program. You know what to do already. You just push your balls to your side on the email path, and then first one to make cross finish line wins the race. Everyone is on the clock, so let's get this race started. And here they come, pushing the balls across the rainbow path. They really want a shot at a world championship this year. Of course, they would also like to settle for next year's roster card, but definitely for world championship. Raymond's making his way to a finish line, and Raymond wins. Raymond Hill got it tonight. That's right, and we'll have another starting race for you after we hear word from Ness. Well, Ian, we got 5 races down, so this next one will lead us to halftime. That's correct. Race number 6 was going to be another Danny here, featuring Gary Coles, Brooks Robinson, Bryson Dorrance, and Garrett Dayton. Garrett Dayton is a master of the famous Gundam style dance, and Gary Coles is considering having a solid season so far, winning 5 of his 7 races as heading into this week's action. So we go back to the Amethyst course and let's see how this race will unfold for these next 4 competitors. Please start the race! Alright. The crowd is cheering on. They're in a standing ovation as always. Gary Coles has command of the lead. It's anybody's game as of right now. Looks like they're all taking the bridges, while one of the third child, number 8 to be exact, he's heading for the water path, and Bryson Dorrance takes the first speed bus, catching on to our leader Gary Coles over at the bridges. Number 1 and number 8 are certainly trying to keep up with their swimming game ability. Who will have speed bus number 2 in this race? Gary Coles will have speed bus number 2 in this race. Right now, it is Bryson Dorrance who has to lead, while number 2 is getting stranded in last place behind the competition. And Bryson's going to sleep, and number 8 will have next command speeders. It's going to be down the wire between Gary and Garrett, and Gary comes up on top with the win. That's right, his speed bus paid off easily. He's now up to 6 wins, and we'll be back for the second half after this what? Welcome back to Week 8's program. It's Guest Announcer Week, as you all know, and Ian Raustland was very kind for Paul Sycamore to fill in for Paul Sycamore while Paul Sycamore is also on a week's vacation. That's fine, I'm doing a pretty good job so far. Let's hope I keep it up. Well, right now, let's do race number 7, Ian. And we have Chip Sube, Dominic P. Hamels, Ramon Shorty, and Casey Richardson. For race number 7, we go back to the Sapphire course. They climb up the stone wall and then swim across the blue area. First one to make it across finish line gets the win, no matter where they finish. If a silver child finishes first, we'll go to the next best standing, right? Alright, here we go. Please start the race. So this is the second Sapphire course race of the week. All 4 players trying to desperately to get a win on board for the season. Looks like Dominic P. Harrell scored best, and Casey Richardson pauses trying to figure out a strategy. Ram and Ron has control of the lead, with Casey Richardson making a rally to come back and trying to beat out Ramon Shorty, and there they go. They're going to climb a stone wall, and number 2 gets a speed bus to start the speed bus for this next race. Guess who's getting left behind? Number 1 is singing Last Place Blues, and so is number 7. And there goes Casey Richardson, passing Ramon Shorty as he takes speed bus number 2. Now Casey is gaining momentum, alright. Good strategy by Casey Richardson. And the next one up is number 7 with a speed bus. Casey has the lead, with Ron and Dominic battling for second place, but it looks like Casey is going to prevail over Ron and Dominic. Number 1 is going to catch up to him. Nope, number 1 got speed bus, so your winner is Casey Richardson. Congratulations, Casey, you done very well. And Chip Sube will get the last speed bus, so Casey is the winner of race number 7, and we'll find out who will win the next race in a bit. But right now, let's hear a word from Ness. Well, Ian, we already know what to do now. That's right, it's time to simple up race number 8, featuring Daniel Heenan, Thomas Linklater, Kenny Dace, the older brother of the Dace brothers, and Eric Crosby. He is known as the Sheriff Outlaw. So what we're going to do on the Ruby course for race number 8 is the same thing we do in race number 4 earlier today. They just swim across the pool area. But we don't mind any standing awards to the best standing possible. Let's get this race underway. Well, it looks like number 2 of the Silver Chao is going to have command the lead as they swim across the pool area. There they go. The 8 Chao are swimming across the pool area. Right now, the best standing possible is Kenny Days in 2nd, followed by the Chao Atwell Crosby in 3rd, and Daniel Heenan in 4th. Looks like number 2 is going to win in 1st place. That's number 8 gets Beavers. Yeah, number 2 getting in 1st place, with Kenny Days tallying up a win for close 2nd. That's right, we were wanting to win to the best standing possible, so with 2nd place, Kenny Days is our winner. Back at the bit to not go away. And let's continue week 8's action, and hopefully you'll keep up with your very good work as guest announcer this week. Alright, our 9th weekly race will have Terry Joe Edwards, known as TJ Edwards for short, Eli Hauser, Michael Creighton, and Ozzy Jenkins. He won a world championship in 2022 in only his 1st season as a chaoracing superstar, so that was a pretty good highlight. Anyway, it's back to the Pearl course, and the balls are being placed on the field. Who's gonna win? Let's find out. So the balls are a little greenish and pinkish with stars and yellow stars on the balls. Quickly pushing balls to the other side. We're about to have a winner momentarily. And it is Eli Hauser who wins it. Nice job, Eli. I agree with you, Ian. Eli Hauser is a winner this week, and we'll find out who else is proven to be a winner after we hear a word from Ness. Alright, it's time for race number 10 of our show. And our next one will have Jack Parsons, who was last year's runner-up in the 2023 World Championship, he'll be facing Peter Foles, Bands Alfred Portis, and Kim Diggersberg. And we already know what to do on the average score, so no need to tell them again. Good luck to these 4 players, that's what we're going to say at least. And here we go! Who is going to be the winner of this race? Looks like Peter Foles decided to sleep for a current moment, and so is Vance. Jack Parsons trying to move another win closer to the redemption. Kim is heading for the water path. Jack Parsons better need help from his fan club if he wants another shot at World Championship. Who got the first US? Number 1 got it. But he's still straight in last place behind number 2. Number 8 is heading for the water path as well. Who will get SPUS this time? It is Jack Parsons, last year's runner-up. And oh, look at this! He's gonna pass Kim Diggersberg, who is sleeping. Now Jack Parsons will have to push to defend the lead as they approach the goal line. Will Jack Parsons hold on for the win? You betcha! Jack Parsons has another win closer towards his redemption. As fans will get SPUS. Point number 2 is getting all last place, and congratulations to Jack Parsons. Is that correct, Brandon? That is indeed correct, Ian. Jack Parsons gets the win, and there's more 7 coming up. Do not go away. And now it's time for race number 11 of our guest announcer week. Ian, alright. The next one I will have Patrick Garner. And along with Bobby Kay, who was last year's world champion, and Joshua Samoy, and Ernie Sanchev. So this is the last Sapphire course of the race, right, Brandon? Right, and don't forget, Ian, we still got the main event coming up in the next segment. Yes, can't forget about that. Who is our current main event champion? Tate Miller is our current returning champion, and he's going for his second main event victory this week. Alright, Ian, back to you. Take it away. Alright, Brandon, let's get race number 11 on the way. Best of luck to Patrick, Bobby, Joshua, and Ernie. We already know what to do on the Sapphire course already, so no need to tell them again. Good luck to the 4 competitors. Please start the race! Look at the love and speed Bobby's getting from the fan clubs out there. Trying to move one step closer towards defending his title as the world champion of the chaoracing universe. And Bobby's fans are loving it as of right now. Take a look at the competition as number 7 will have the first speed bus. Looks like Joshua was going to sleep. And number 1 is getting left behind, and number 8 is going to mess. Number 8 will drop down to last place. Oh, down goes number 1, and number 8 trying to get the momentum with a number speed bus. Bobby Case at home stretch, and number 7. Take a look at his dominance over 47 Chao. He's leading, while number 2 wakes up with a speed bus. Bobby K is at the home stretch, with no opponents to worry about. Bobby K had 5 wins as of 7 races prior to this race. This will make it 6 out of 8 for Bobby K. Yep, he's gonna win as Patrick gets speed bus. Bobby K is our winner! There's the cheering from the standing ovation from Bobby K's fans. Poor number 1 is not looking so happy. And Ernie will have the last speed bus. So Bobby K now has 6 wins. That's right, Ian. Bobby K moving one step closer towards repeating as world champion, and will Tate Miller repeat as our main event champion. We'll find out after the break. Well, we just about reached its conclusion of our special guest announcer week here on ChaoRacing 2023. Or we will be closing in a moment, but there's one more race we have to get through before we can sign off for the week. And you know what that is? That's right, it's time for Week 8's main event. This week's main event is presented by Volkswagen, Ian. That's right, Volkswagen makes pretty good cars for 2023, like the Atlas and Tiguan, 2 great car models powered by Volkswagen. They're doing a pretty good job. Anyway, Our current main event champion is Tate Miller, going for his second main event victory. His challengers for this week are Leon Anesta, Ricky Nelson, and Noah Helms. So the big race is what we do on the Emerald course. To close out our guest announcer week, let's have a chaorace! Alright, so the Emerald course is usually the big course to close out every week's show here on chaoracing. The first obstacle is those 8 nut trees where they shake to bring down the nuts and they eat the fruit. Looks like all 4 competitors are going to be dancing. So number 2 will have command of the lead for the 4 Silver Chao. And number 1 of the Silver Chao will get the first speed bus. He is flying towards the water path, and so are Leon and Esther. And right now, number 7 and number 8 were both going to sleep, so they'll have to drop down a couple places. As Ricky Nelson will have the next command speed bus trying to catch up. And now number 2 is taking a nap. That means Tate Miller will have a little bit of catching up to do. He's battling with number 1 for the lead up in the very front. We're approaching 1 minute mark momentarily. And here comes number 8 with a speed bus, trying to lead number 7 and dead me all the way in the back. Leon Esther is passing number 1, who's pausing for a moment, but I think he might as well take a rest. Yep, and number 2 will get a speed bus. He's passing Leon Esther, who's going to rest. That will drop down a couple places soon that nap. And Tate Miller has command on the lead. Noah Helms and Ricky Nelson battling for second place right behind him. There's still time to catch up to our leader, Tate Miller, and number 8 will get a second speed bus on his face. Still has a long way to catch up, but poor number 7 is the real deal, who is all on strat in last place. He really needs help, and he will be. He will get the next command speed bus. And let's take a look at the competition back up in front. Ricky Nelson now has command on the lead over Tate Miller. Now Tate Miller has to battle with Leon Esther for second place behind Ricky Nelson. And the next one up, it's going to be made by Noah Helms, trying to catch up in a hurry. Ricky Nelson has control of the lead heading into the home stretch, going for his first main event victory of his 2023 season. Ricky Nelson almost at the finish line. Tate Miller's not going to pull off enough speed bus effort to survive. Ricky Nelson is our main event winner. And you can tell that we have a different main event winner every single individual week thus far. Leon Nelson will take the last PS. That's right, Ian. Every week is a different individual main event winner. And Ricky Nelson got this week, back in the bit, did not go away. Well, Ian, you made it. Congratulations on your successful Guest Announcer week today. Thank you so much, Brandon, and it was a pleasure for me to fill in Paul Sycamore while he takes a week's vacation. You done pretty well, Ian, this week. Paul Sycamore will return to the chaoracing announcing booth next week, where we will have our mid-season finale. And I want to thank all of our chaoracing fans here in the chaoracing universe for helping Ian Raustland perform his very best during his guest announcer week while Paul Sycamore takes his time off. So we'll be back next week where Paul Sycamore will rejoin our chaoracing staff. Until then, this is BrandonShannings signing off. Keep on smiling. Look forward to Paul Sycamore's return next week for our mid-season finale. And so long, everybody! chaoracing 2023 has been brought to you today by T-Mobile and Volkswagen. This is Ian Raustland, your guest announcer speaking, reminding you to join BrandonShannings for all the chaoracing fun and excitement every Sunday on Casey's ChaoEmperor channel on YouTube. chaoracing 2023 has been a CETV production. Good night, everybody.